Yo, welcome back to the BTS vlog. Hopefully you guys are doing well. This specific BTS was very special for me. I was able to be a part of a team and document their experience on a motorcycle race, which is the Nora 1000, also known as the Baja 1000. So the gist of it is you race either your vehicle, truck, or motorcycle. We were doing a motorcycle dock from Ensenada, Baja, Mexico, all the way down to Los Cabos, which if you guys don't know how far that is, go ahead and check on your Google Maps. It is a freaking drive. So yeah, man, I was able to be a part of this team and document the entire process and experience for them. And I was hired as a second shooter. And another positive was I didn't have to bring any of my gear to this shoots for this 10-day production. They have all the equipments ready to go. He did ask if I had experience with the FX6 and the A7S III, and I do, since I own both of those camera bodies. And so it kind of worked out. He got me on the team, got me on board, and yeah, man, this was a hell of an experience documenting this specific motorcycle, which is the Suzuki V-Strom. The way I got this job was through an old coworker of mine back when I used to work at the Y when I was like 21 years old. Anyways, he reached out to me and said like, hey, I have a friend that's looking for a video guy, and I know you're super into cameras based on your stories, so maybe you two should connect. So I connected with his friend and kicked it off and set a meeting up and told me the gist of the production. And yeah, I was on board. And this is him right here. He is the lead shooter. He is pretty much the one-man band guy for all of the production for the specific team. And so he needed some extra pair of hands, obviously, since it's a long 10-day production. And you know, things always happen. So it's always good to have some help as far as production goes. As you see here, this was one of many obstacles that we faced and challenges that we had to endure and overcome throughout the 10-day road trip, essentially. And you'll see some more later on in the vlog. But as of right now, we're pretty much checking all the footage from day one, making sure everything is looking good, our colors are good, our sound is good, any tweaks that we need to do for the future days. So everything looked out good. Everything turned out pretty swell. We did some minor adjustments, and we kept it going. We also had, as far as the team goes, we had a social media guy who uses the Osmo Pocket. We had a photographer, as you can see right there. And yeah, man, we had a full-on content creation crew working on this documentary. So we had people working on stories, Instagram posts, and all that good stuff. We had photos and stills, and then obviously me and Bert, who is the lead videographer. We were both in charge of documenting the entire thing. I also did offer that I have some drone skills, and I asked, hey, do you mind if I get on the sticks and get some drone work while you're doing your thing? And he said, yeah, go for it. And so this is one of the shots that I was able to capture during our, I guess let's call it a trial run. Just got some epic drone stuff of Dawes on the bike, testing it out for the first time. And yeah, man, the only thing is I wish I had the Mavic 3. I'm currently using the Mavic 2. The Mavic 3 is a lot faster, and I wasn't able to track with the specific drone, and I wasn't able to go as fast as what I'm used to with the Mavic 3. But overall, I think I got some sick stuff. All right, we got the van packed up, all the gear, FX6s, A7S, Ronin, all that good stuff. Time to hit town.
I apologize because I know we already moved ahead, but just to confirm, since we're going in order, are you still comfortable doing a short when you get your roll chart? And we'll do that.
Yes.
So I'm actually good. I want to distract you in the morning and surprise you, so that's my one thing I know I want to get in the morning, but besides all the start stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just be quick and I'll just do it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of do it as you do it like this in the
Stage. And then everything else is called transfer section.
Okay, got it.
So, special stage 1 starts at 20.
Currently around 4:50 in the morning. Races are starting to pull up. And this is where the race is going to start. So the game plan is I'm going to be popping the drone for the most part. Get some aerial views of the start of the race, while the A shooter, Bert, he's going to be on the ground getting ground coverage. One thing I really enjoyed about this production was Bert, who is the lead shooter. He gave me freedom to do whatever I thought was good to capture. If I wanted to get on the FX6, I could do that. If I wanted to get on the A7S III on the gimbal, I could do that. If I wanted to do some drone stuff, I could do that. So there was a lot of freedom for me to pretty much do what I thought was necessary to capture. So for this part, which is the start of the race, I decided to just get on the A7S III and get the gimbal and get some different kind of shots, as far as get some moving shots compared to just the standard shoulder rig and just standing static shots. So I thought it was cool that I was able to have that freedom to capture things the way I thought should be captured, without any restrictions. Obviously, I kept asking questions like, hey, how do you want this to be covered? So he gave me the gist of it, and then from there I was able to capture it to the best of my abilities. And then after the race starts, we're pretty much on the road. We are pretty much racing Dawes to the first checkpoint to make sure everything's good. The bike needs some fuel, any tweaks, any mechanical tweaks that we need to do. And so as you see, we are both positioned on our first station to make sure to capture him arriving to the pit stop. And this is some GoPro footage that we have on him. I believe it's the GoPro Hero 11 or 12. I'm not even sure what the latest one is, but yeah, looks pretty damn sick. And we also have some drone footage that I was able to cover after the first pit stop of him taking off. And man, I mean, the footage came out pretty good. This is all manual tracking. I'm not using any intelligent flight modes. And as we pull up to San Felipe, which concludes day one of the race, as Dawes pulls up, we notice he's having some tire troubles. And yeah, man, this was, again, one of many problems that the bike had to go through. We're really pushing the bike to its limits from what I understand. And it wasn't just us. A lot of teams were having trouble. I mean, this is going through rough Baja terrain. So it's inevitable for the bike to endure some kinks here and there. Currently on the side of the road, so we could expect, or we should expect, the riders to come through, coming in from here and then going all the way through there. So I'm on standby, cache recording on, so this will help me out in case I do miss something. So yeah, man, gonna be sick. All right, so the bikes are supposed to come from there all the way down, make a hard left right here. So we're gonna walk over there to make have some sort of deserted scene, not necessarily on the road. We're getting a lot of shots on the road since we can't go into the actual bike path. So we're gonna try to get as far as we can just to have that desert feel. Here's some of the footage that I just captured right now. This is on S&Q 4K 120 frames per second. Started at 135 mil, and then I zoom back to 28 mil. And there's the A shooter right there next to him. All right, so our rider is expected to arrive to this checkpoint any minute now. So I decided to position myself right here. Photographer and content creator is there. And yeah, this is gonna be my view right here. I'm in S&Q mode right now, and trying to get some foreground blur of this branch right here. And I'm gonna just do a just slide a little bit to the right and just yeah, we'll see how it goes. Once again, more bike problems. The handle actually broke, so we found a local welder, and he was able to get this fixed within like 30 minutes. So it was cool to get some support from the locals. We gave him some free merch and some stickers, and the dude was super hyped on top of obviously paying him. Day 3 of the race. We're currently in Guerrero Negro, Baja, Mexico. About to start day 3 right now. I never talked about the gear that I have. We're using the Sony FX6 with the Sony PZ28-135 lens, G lens. This lens has been pretty damn killer, man. The fact that I'm able to just check the monitor out, like I'm able to just zoom in, zoom out. The rocker zoom has been so clutch, man. And of course, obviously you can't beat having an ND filter on. And yeah, I'm using the Adamus Shinobi. I forget the name of this mic. I'm pretty sure I have it in text. And yeah, using a V-mount battery, Tilta V-mount support bracket thingy, and also a Tilta shoulder rig. So things are going pretty smooth. Once again, another problem we had to face. Our vans got stuck in the loose sand off the side of the road after we went to go cover the dunes. And the footage came out amazing, but we did end up getting stuck. Again, shouts to the locals, man. They were able to help us out and take us out and delayed us by a couple of hours, but we were still able to eventually make it to Dawes at the end of the race for that specific date. This is the conclusion of race day 3. And yeah, man, it was kind of a bummer because we couldn't refuel his bike since we got stuck at the dunes. And but luckily his bike was able to make it through without any refuel at the checkpoint. So he did lose a little bit of time, but we ended up eventually making it, and it just worked out. But yeah. And this is where we will be staying tonight here in San Ignacio. We got a campground right here, so no rooms or hotels were available. Everything was sold out for this competition. And yeah, this town is extremely tiny. I think it populates like 2,000 people from what I heard. So yeah, accommodations are very limiting. So we found this campground spot, and yeah, we're gonna be camping tonight and tomorrow at tomorrow's location. I forget where we're gonna go, but yep, we're gonna just hang out. They're working on the bike right now, and we're gonna format the car, or we're gonna dump the cards, offload the memory cards from all our cameras, and organize that and charge all the batteries. And then I'm also gonna do a little bit of editing work that I have for my own personal clients. So yeah, making the best of our time.
So we won't see him until it gets to the finish.
It's good. Probably less updates today, but we'll
Okay, so today is the marathon stage, and it makes me a little bit nervous and a little bit excited. The reason it's a marathon stage is completely unassisted. The team can't help me at all today, and then they cannot help me until the first.
Man, I will say that Baja is gorgeous. Like the desert, the ocean, like we were zigzagging through the whole like Baja Peninsula, and man, just some of the spots, man, look like Mars. And then some of the spots you see like nothing but mountains and blue ass water. And man, it was just amazing to like actually do this road trip and get paid at the same time, man. It was just a hell of an experience, man. Don't get me wrong, we were all pretty damn exhausted. The entire team was feeling it. I mean, we're pretty much working from 4 a.m. to sometimes 9 to 10 p.m. working on the bike. And so we're pretty much running on 4 to 5 hours of decent sleep. And yeah, we're constantly dirty, dust everywhere. Like showers are very limited, bathrooms are very limited, but I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything else. All right, so on our way to La Paz, we got stuck in gridlock traffic. Looks like there's a protest going on with the local teachers. We asked when it's going to be clear, and they said about a couple hours. So yeah, not looking too good. I know there's a bigger cause right now, but as far as our end, our rider Justin burned out his clutch at the dunes earlier this morning after taking off. So his day is done. So we're taking the bike to La Paz, which is about a 2-hour drive from here, 2.5-hour drive. We already been driving for 1.5 hours, and yeah, so he's gonna get the max penalty, which we don't know exactly what that is. On top of we need to finish the line, we need to finish today's finish line with the bike, so we need to cross the van that has the bike inside. So if he takes, I think I was told that if it takes way too long, that he's gonna get more additional time on top of that. So yeah, it's not looking too great right now for the team, especially since we were doing so good in the start of the morning. We're in 5th place, and now maybe last place. So we'll see how the results look at the end of the day. But yeah, as of right now, we're just kind of just chilling. Did a little bit of drone work, did a little bit of shots of the protests, and yeah. We're rushing to make it to the stop, to the finish line, should I say. And we're like going neck and neck with Justin. So I had the driver just drop me off and I'll run to the finish line because it was hard to get to here. And I made it just in time, literally like 15 seconds prior to him showing up, and I was able to get him in video. So it worked out, man. It's always good having a team. After the race was done, we definitely celebrated, got a couple of drinks, and yeah, man, we accomplished what we were set to do, which was get that bike through the finish line. Our goal of this documentary wasn't to win the race or even place and get on the podium. Our goal was to get this specific motorcycle to the finish line, since this is a hybrid of a bike. It's not a standard dirt bike or rally bike. So we got it done. I'm super excited to see what the final cut looks like. And from what it sounds like, this is probably going to be one of many shoots working with this team. And I'm super excited, man. This is one of the reasons why I got these Sony FX6s, to do some more doc style work. I mean, I love what I'm doing as far as the corporate stuff. I'm definitely going to keep that going. But if I could actually tag along and cover more motorcycles or extreme sports like similar to this, I am all for it, and super excited since these guys do travel around the world documenting different variety of motorcycles. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. If you guys have any questions as far as gear or anything else, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely get back to you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.